body bags where horror lies.
Hello and welcome to Body Bags. My name is James and I'm your Sunday night reviewer, and this evening I'll be finishing up our Midnight Movies week, and I decided to go with Venom. So it's the not the 2018 one, I think it was, or the 2005 one. It's the 1981 Piers Haggard movie. So this one has a very good cast to start with. You have Klaus Kinski and Oliver Reed, and like two kind of bastard juggernauts of the screen, I think you could maybe say. And you have Nicole Williamson, the awesome Merlin and Excalibur. You have Sterling Hayden as well, and you also have Susan George from the what was it? The original Straw Dogs. Yeah, the one opposite Dustin Hoffman. So, yeah, this film isn't quite maybe what you'd expect from the title. The snake is kind of like, it's like it's like a side part of the story. It's not part of the main story. It's a strange one. It's basically a kidnapping movie, but with a snake kind of shoehorned into it. Now, I don't mean that make it sound bad. It's not bad at all. I really enjoy this film, but it's quite odd, like the setup. So basically, there's Klaus Kinski, Oliver Reed, and Suzanne George, and they're working together, and they're kind of want to extort money. Suzanne Reed and Suzanne George and Oliver Reed, they kind of work for the parents of this like child. She's like a nanny, and he's like a driver for the family and stuff like that. And I think he's a driver for the family. Well, anyway, they're in cahoots, and so they want to extort money from the family and like a kidnapping thing. But at the same time, the kid, he's kind of crazy on animals. He loves animals. His room is like a miniature zoo, and gets a snake, but there's some kind of problem with it, and he gets like I think it's a black mamba or something like that, instead of like this harmless grass snake or something like that, and it escapes immediately. Well, actually, when the film kind of kicks in fairly quickly, like it goes on, and then like the mother is away, the father's away, so it's just the child and the grandfather are home, and then it all kind of kicks off. Klaus Kinski turns up, and obviously that they all take effect, but yeah, throw some spoilers in here. So poor Suzanne George, she gets bitten by this black mamba, and they just think it's a harmless snake, but she soon dies from it, and it's all a bit crazy. There's all this tension going on. There's like, I can't remember why, but a policeman goes to the door, and the door's actually partially open. He opens it, and Oliver Reed panics and shoots him with a shotgun, and then it turns into like this siege kind of movie. Well, kind of. It's like the police are outside. They cordon off the street, and they obviously want to get the hostages. So it basically turns into a hostage movie. I was saying, it's like kidnapping. It's the hostage. So we have Nicole Williamson. He's our sergeant on the outside, working with other members of the police, trying to get inside and save the hostages. That's kind of basically what the film is, but with his black mamba popping up every so often and causing havoc. But it's a really entertaining film. What I actually absolutely love about this is the Kinski and Reed kind of dynamic on screen. You can see they hate each other, and apparently part of this, like, there's this animosity between the two. It's like reading up about, this is quite a while I read up about this, like quite a few years ago, but I remember reading, it's like apparently Kinski, well, we know Oliver Reed's like an alcoholic, and it's like during this time, 1981, he's like, doesn't look the best in this film, and I don't necessarily think it's all makeup. He's looking all bloated and sweaty and stuff like that, and apparently Kinski was just on him constantly, in his face, being a bitch to him, and it's just, that tension on set, and it just seeps into the film. You can see it. They hate each other, the characters, but they really hate each other in this, and I love that on the film. Whenever they're together, I love Oliver Reed in this film. It's not his normal character. In this, he's kind of nervous. It's just full of trepidation of what's happening. He doesn't trust anything. He feels like he's out of control. When he shoots a policeman, it's a panic reaction. And then Kinski is this normal kind of this kind of evil calmness to him. But like I love the kind of like the juxtaposition of the two, and not that they work together, but like the opposites kind of work, but it doesn't work as the perfect like hostage and kidnap team. But for the on-screen chemistry, it works really well. And it must have been horrible on the set with these guys when they're going at it. But yeah, it's just a really, really entertaining film, and like great cast, and think of it as a hostage film, a kidnapping film that has a killer snake in it. It's not a killer snake movie. So I wouldn't put this in like creature feature kind of thing, or killer snakes. Like wouldn't stick this on like, don't like Anaconda, but I wouldn't go to Anaconda and then this after as a double bill. It's not really like that at all. It's a strange one. It's almost like they had a script and it's like, we need this to be a little bit different. Just throw a snake in there. It's funny. You even do get the rubber snake fight kind of at the end, like running around with like a rubber prosthetic thing. But it's great. Really, really do enjoy this one. I think it zips along quite quickly. I don't know. Yeah, it's not 92 minutes. Okay, so it's not so quick, but it doesn't drag at all. It's got a nice pace. It's great when you're watching it. Like I said, the casting is great. The characters are like interesting. That they're good, but it's just like I said. It's Reed and Kinski, like how those two kind of feed off it. It's like Reed's anger is just fed by Kinski, and Kinski's been fed by just seeing Reed react constantly. And I'm sure there are fights on set. There must have been some fights on set. But anyway, that's my review of the film. Really, really recommend this one. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll catch you next week. Okay, bye bye.